Oh, North London, where do we even begin? Not only are Spurs underperforming, Arsenal have had a few major problems of their own. Whether it's the segregation of Mesut Ozil by Unai Emery or club captain Granit Xhaka disrespecting the fans at the Emirates, Arsenal have found themselves in another iconic dilemma this season. And as expected, the content from Arsenal Fan TV is going to be absolutely unbelievable this season again.
It's time to go!
Today, we take control of Arsenal and attempt to steer the Gunners to glory again under the chosen one, Unai Emery. This time, it's with a bit of a little rebuild twist. If you're looking to keep up to date with all the latest scores, news, transfers, and everything the footballing world has to offer, make sure to check out OneFootball. It's available on both iOS and Android. It allows you to follow your favorite teams, your favorite players, and so much more. The download link is in the description, so make sure to give it a go. It's completely free. It is a must-have app for every football fanatic. So here are all the rules and objectives of the Arsenal Spanish Rebuild Challenge. Number 1, it's pretty straightforward. We must field an all-Spanish starting 11. Number 2, we can only purchase Spanish players on the transfer market and sell all non-Spanish players currently at the club. Number 3, in terms of silverware, we have to aim to win the Premier League, a domestic cup, but most importantly, it's the Champions League, which we will go ahead and play the final if we get there in a strict 5-season time limit. With the main overarching goal to reassert Arsenal's dominance in North London and Europe once again. And quickly, before we get cracking into today's rebuild, make sure to smash a like button down below if you're enjoying the rebuild challenges. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss out on the FIFA 20 content coming to the channel, and let's get this party started. So it's Unai. Mr. Emery gets another chance at redemption here at the Gunners. He's yet to prove himself at the Emirates, and hopefully he can get it right this time around. Unfortunately, we couldn't get his actual face scan in the game as our manager, so we've had to try and recreate him as best we can. So this is the current look of the starting 11 here at Arsenal. A lot is set to change here as one of our only Spanish players, it is Dani Ceballos, and he's only on loan from Real Madrid, so I'm looking to renew his contract after his loan spell and get him back in Season 2. And a player who definitely should be in the starting 11, Hector Bellerin, he's going to be starting at that right back position. Only 2 Spaniards in the squad, so there's a lot of business to get underway here. Xhaka is still the captain. Yeah, let's quickly change that and give it to Bellerin. I am certain that North London and the Gunners are ready for the Spanish invasion, so let's get underway in the transfer window. We've got about £120 million to spend. It is a war chest here at the Gunners in our aim to have a fully Spanish starting 11. Let's get down to business. And you know how it goes by now. The non-Spanish clearance takes no prisoners. Every single player at the club that is not Spanish, it's simple. They're on the transfer list. We've got to see you out of the club right now because we have got some money to make and some Spanish influence to bring into Arsenal. So if you're not Spanish, you're on the chopping block. Especially you, Granit Xhaka. Especially you. We're jumping into the action straight away here with our first piece of transfer business. It is Marco Asensio, the Spanish wonder kid, coming for £40.5 million. It was a flat transfer deal, and the 23-year-old arrives at the Emirates under Unai Emery. He's going to be reborn as a brand new player and a marquee man for this club. So welcome to the Premier League, Mr. Marco Asensio. Oh boy, this one might be a bit controversial here with Sergio Ramos coming over from Real Madrid. We've stolen 2 of their Spanish gems here, and the 33-year-old, the veteran defender, will be arriving for a flat fee of £28 million. He's a veteran. He's one of Spain's best defenders, and we need someone store-bought and ready right now in order to complete the rebuild and really be the captain, be the leader of this squad, and show a bit of backbone. And I think that's what Arsenal captains have been missing. So welcome to the Spanish rebuild, Ramos. You're going to be awarded with the Arsenal captaincy. The attack, the defense, and now the midfield all have had marquee additions coming into the club, and we're coming in firing. We're coming in hot with this one. It is Thiago Alcantara arriving from Bayern Munich for £52.5 million. We've started this rebuild off not the traditional way. We usually do a lot of swap deals, but we've just gone in for players right here. We have splashed the cash. We have gone in with a hard, heavy approach, and Thiago Alcantara will definitely be a quality starter, another marquee Spaniard to add to the starting 11. So welcome to the Premier League. Thiago is now a Gunner. After it was a frantic start to the transfer window, we've got a few salves to report on here. A few minor ones. It is Sead Kolasinac off to fellow Premier League side Crystal Palace for £17 million. Reece Nelson, he is headed off to France. Olympique Marseille pick him up for £6 million. Maitland-Niles, the right wing back, he's going to Everton, £10.7 million. We ended up selling him for. Matteo Guendouzi, the French midfielder, arrives at Atalanta for £11 7.6 million pounds. And then the final one, it's a pretty small. It's Macy off to Huddersfield for 600k. Another central midfielder joins us here, and he's going to be Thiago's midfield partner. It is Fabian Ruiz arriving from Napoli, the absolute midfield weapon. And it is the first of many in this video, a cheeky swap deal. You all know we love him on the channel. It is a Mesut Ozil, the sacrificial lamb, on top of 28 million pounds. He is going the other way, and Fabian makes his way to North London. The 23-year-old is now a gunner, and Mesut Ozil gets freed of the shackles of Unai Emery. Welcome to the Emirates, to our new number 21. So immediately after the English media have been raving about this Fabian Ruiz signing, we've gone ahead and done another swap deal. It's back-to-back, and it's with our London rivals. The Blues have gone ahead and traded us Kepa for Bernd Leno plus 25.7 million pounds. The Spanish shot stopper who nearly turned manager at Stamford Bridge is 84 overall, and hopefully Unai Emery can keep him under control. And let's pray that he can get us some clean sheets this season, because he's going to be our number one. And here we are with a brand new update on player sales. We've got Skodran Mustafi. A nice little bunch of players have left the club. A lot of deadwood, a lot of non-Spanish players, and rules are rules. We got to get rid of them. Starting off with Skodran Mustafi. He's going back to his home country, to Borussia Dortmund, for 12.7 million pounds. Rob Holding is also another player off to Germany. We've sold quite a few players to Germany here. He's off to Borussia Mönchengladbach for 12 million pounds. Callum Chambers off to Hoffenheim, joining on the Bundesliga hype train for 7.2 million. And then finally, it's the youngster, the English young gun, Bukayo Saka. He's going down to the Championship. Nottingham Forest have acquired him for 1.95 million pounds. And after that, we've gone ahead and acquired a centre-back partner for Sergio Ramos. Hopefully, this is the formula to a lot of clean sheets this season at Arsenal. For 30.6 million pounds, it is Marc Bartra arriving from Real Betis, the 28-year-old. He's 83 overall. He's decent. He's quality. And he's going to be our other starting centre-back alongside the captain. This is a big acquisition. Hopefully, it all works out and he can get the job done in Season 1. Welcome to the Emirates, Marc Bartra. Here we go. It's time for the last few signings of the window to roll in now. We've gone ahead and picked up Valencia's Carlos Soler, and we've got him on a pretty cheap deal. It's a good bargain. We've swapped our Granit Xhaka plus 5.8 million pounds for the Spanish right midfielder. We need another winger slash wide man to fit into the starting 11 to make it all Spanish. He fits in the budget. He's top quality and has got great potential. So it's a no-brainer to bring him to the Premier League. He's going to be under Unai Emery's guidance in this side, and hopefully he can fulfill his potential. We've got high expectations for the lad, so welcome to Arsenal. And it's now former club captain Granit Xhaka. I'm pretty sure most Arsenal fans will be happy with that departure. So it's back-to-back swap deals for Unai Emery here, and we've brought in a Spanish marksman arriving from Borussia Dortmund. Paco Alcacer will be frontlining our attack and hopefully bagging us a lot of goals this season, as it is a swap deal for the prolific goal scorer, the Frenchman Alexandre Lacazette. He is off to Dortmund. Meanwhile, we get Alcacer for 8.4 million pounds on top of that. It was a pricey deal. It was an expensive transfer, but it'll be worth it in the end, let's hope. 25 years of age, 83 overall. He's going to be our main source of goals this year. He needs to provide for Unai if we're looking to achieve any objectives this season. So no pressure, mate. Welcome to the Emirates. And just like that, we've exhausted the transfer budget here with probably our last signing of the window here. It is Junior Firpo from Barcelona, the Spanish left-back. Another ex-Real Betis player we've picked up in this Spanish rebuild for 10 million pounds. And our third infamous swap deal in a row, it is the Scotsman Kieran Tierney. He is a brilliant left-back. He's off to Barcelona. Junior Firpo arrives, a 23-year-old who was only left-back that fit into our budget and had the quality to be in this team. So welcome to the Emirates. Welcome to the Premier League. And just a few last-minute deadline day sales to catch up on. We have Emiliano Martinez, the Argentinian backup goalkeeper, off to Bologna for 6.7 million pounds. And it's Emil Smith-Rowe, the young Englishman. He is off to, I am not going to even try to pronounce that name. I think it's in the Turkish league, but for 1.65 million, he departs the club. And that is how the new look, revitalized Arsenal side looks under Unai Emery. It's a fresh new Spanish look. Some fresh new Spanish flair has arrived at North London, and it's looking much, much brighter so far. I think that can do the job. It's a decent side right here. I don't think we'll need to do any business in January, but if we do, we'll keep you up to date. We've got high expectations. Let's see if Unai can get these Spanish boys going in the Premier League. We're going to have to find out, but I'm ready for it. So it was much to my shock in January that we arrived that Lucas Torreira is off to Juventus. The Bianconeri activated his release clause, and another Arsenal player is off to Italy in the Italian champions. And we'll see what we can pull off with a cheeky £50 million in the transfer budget. The Uruguayan central defensive midfielder will be missed, but that means some more Spanish talent can come into the club. And an executive decision was made. We've decided to spend the bulk of that Lucas Torreira money on a brand new marquee January acquisition, and it is going to be Mikel Oyarzabal, originally of Real Sociedad. He moved to Barcelona, and we've managed to purchase him for £50 million. He's 22 years of age and has got absolutely immense potential in FIFA 20 career mode, so he's definitely going to be a starter for us, whether he's on the left or right. I can see him having a bright future here at the Emirates. He's become a gunner, and Unai Emery gains himself another marquee Spaniard. So after all that post-January hustle, we've pretty much found ourselves in a top 4 comfortable position for now. But obviously we want to try and kick on and start a little title challenge. We want to maybe even win the Premier League title in the first time of asking with the Spanish lads. So we'll see what happens. However, getting back into the Champions League is definitely a must for the first season. And just like that, we finish off the Premier League in Season 1. We're still in 4th position with 93 points. In other years, that would win you the league. But no, Liverpool went on to win it. Centurions and Invincibles, Man City right behind them in 2nd, and then Spurs finish on top of us, unfortunately, but we qualify for the Champions League nonetheless. United, Everton and Chelsea all outside the top 4, and it's Bournemouth, Brighton and Sheffield all being condemned to the Championship. In terms of the FA Cup, we got knocked out to our bitter North London rivals Spurs 1-0 in the semi-finals. And this time in the Carabao Cup, it's the quarter-final elimination to Spurs, the same perpetrators who did us in the FA Cup, 3-0. However, there's something to cheer about here because we won the Europa League. We didn't really need to win it. We finished in 4th, but I guess it's a nice little piece of silverware to add to the collection. 1-1 against Inter, and we take it out 5-4 on penalties. And in terms of the Champions League, it was an all-Spanish, all-Madrid affair, with Atletico Madrid taking out Real 2-0, so we might have to keep a close eye on them for next season. That has been the end of a first, I'd say, successful season for the Spanish invasion and Unai Emery's charge towards the Champions League. Now the 2020 Euros are on, and some of the lads have gotten their international call-ups, which is good to see. But on to Season 2 we go. You feel like there's a bit of a power shift in North London, and of course, we need to improve on our depth and quality throughout the whole entire squad. So let's get cracking on into the next summer transfer window. Locked, loaded, and ready, we arrive in Season 2 with a lot on our plate here as Unai Emery. We can look at the transfer budget, and £160 million is left to spend. There's going to be another chaotic transfer period on the cards, and I cannot wait. There's a lot of purchasing to do, a lot of buying, and there's no time to waste. Let's get it underway. Vamos España, you can't write it. Spain take out the 2020 Euros. Football's not coming home. It's a 2-0 victory against England in the final, and they take out the crown yet again. And listen, you can't tell me that Unai Emery hasn't had a massive impact on Spanish football. Come on. So we are starting off Season 2 with a bang here. It's our first piece of transfer business, and it's a player arrival. It is Rodri, a midfield reinforcement. The rationale behind this one, we're weakening rivals, the top 4 rivals in the Premier League, Man City. We've taken a key player of Pep Guardiola, and I'm sure he could boss the midfield. He'll be a midfield general, the holding CDM. He is going to definitely be starting in that midfield pair. The 24-year-old arrives for £57.9 million, and I can't wait to have him at the club. Rodri is now a gunner. And here we go. This is where Emery starts to play hardball now. We've picked up a little double swoop here with Gerard Piqué. You know, when we got Sergio Ramos, there's no other option. We've got to get Gerard Piqué, a classic Spanish centre-back partnership for £24 million under his valuation. He's 33 now. However, he provides a bit of wisdom. He provides some depth and quality to the side, and I think he's still got a bit in him, so he could help us here. He could probably bag us a few clean sheets as he returns to the Premier League. We also have made the move permanent here for Dani Ceballos from Real Madrid. He came over from loan last season, just like in real life, but now in Season 2, it's cost us £41.5 million for the 23-year-old, and he is returning to North London, becoming a gunner yet again, and becoming an influential figure in the Spanish Revolution. Our first player departure of Season 2, and it's a big one, it's a major one. It is the Gabonese striker, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, for £46 million. He is off to Real Madrid. He's finally departed the club. He's found a new home in La Liga, the Bernabeu, and that is going to be a big loss, as well as David Luiz. I mean, maybe not a big loss, but still, it is a player departure for £8.9 million. He is off to Inter Milan, and it's more deadwood, some more non-Spanish players departing Arsenal. And I know we just brought in Gerard Piqué, but we needed some more defensive cover after that David Luiz sale, and it's none other than Mario Hermoso from Atletico Madrid. £28.4 million for the centre-back. He's going to improve our backline depth and quality. He's got brilliant potential in FIFA 20 career mode, so it was a no-brainer for Unai Emery. He had to have him in the Spanish rebuild, and is keen on joining Arsenal. Welcome to the Premier League, Hermoso. And it's another import from La Liga arriving, this time from Atletico Bilbao. Inaki Williams comes and joins for £46.7 million. After that Aubameyang departure, we needed someone to fill in the boots, and it looks like Inaki is up for the task. The 26-year-old is entering his prime. He just looks like he's born for that Arsenal jersey with that red shirt on as well. It's a definite improvement to our strike force, so welcome to the club, Inaki. We are dominating the transfer window here, this time with another centre-back pickup in Jorge Mer. He comes from the Bundesliga from FC Cologne, and Unai has had his eyes on this guy for a while now. He's made the dream come true. 79 overall. He will be a backup, but it's a cheeky little swap deal with the aging Greek defender Socrates. He's headed the other way, and the financial specifics were £5.3 million plus the Greek headed off to the Bundesliga. So welcome to the Premier League, Jorge Mer. Damn, I'm just loving these swap deals right now. And just as we're celebrating those player arrivals, unfortunately we're going to have to say goodbye to one of the most promising and exciting wonder kids at Arsenal right now. It is Gabriel Martinelli. The Brazilian has headed off to fellow Premier League side Brighton. He's headed down south for £7.2 million. A little minor sale, but the 19-year-old, he's got a bright future ahead of him, and that's what we're going to miss here in North London, but farewell Martinelli. Now, 2 departures in a row here, and this time it's the young Englishman Joseph Willock, the midfielder. He's headed off to Turkey. Trabzonspor have picked him up for £5.4 million. He's a young youth academy prospect, and he's showing great potential. We're going to miss him, but rules are rules, and unfortunately Joseph Willock is departing the club for pastures new, so good luck, son. And it is back to back 3 player departures in a row here, and now Zach Medley, we're just shredding down on this non-Spanish deadwood at the moment. The English youngster has headed off to the MLS for just over £1 million, and New York City FC is his new home, so farewell Zach Medley, have a good one. If you thought the Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang sale was a hard one to take, this one's another heavy hitter with Nicolas Pepe. This one sees the Ivorian leaving to Serie A giants Inter for £61.8 million, a 25-year-old in the prime of his career, will definitely do bits for Antonio Conte and his men, but he's not Spanish, so he had to go, and it leaves us a bit more room in the transfer budget to spend, and maybe even replace him. It's our most expensive departure yet, so farewell Nicolas Pepe. And just like how we made our Dani Ceballos loan deal permanent, it is Roma going back for Henrik Mkhitaryan. The Armenian goes back to Roma. The Armenian goes back to Serie A for £8.9 million. Italy has come calling for the 31-year-old yet again, and it's just some more decluttering out of the squad. So farewell Henrik Mkhitaryan. And somehow, someway, completely flew under the radar that we didn't have a backup goalkeeper, and that's when it was time to bring in the £17 million man, Sergio Asenio, coming from Villarreal. The 31-year-old will be a decent little backup, a quality backup, as Kepa's our number 1. He'll be our number 2 in case he gets an injury or suspension. So welcome to the Gunners, Sergio Asenio. We are back in the European big time, and our Champions League groups have been drawn, and the Gunners make their return. North London is being represented in the Champions League. We get pulled into Group G alongside Inter, Porto, and Olympiacos. So we're going up against former teammates David Luiz and Nicolas Pepe. I see what you're doing there, UEFA. That's an interesting group. Here we go. The last piece of the jigsaw puzzle. He's here and he's perfect. Saul arrives from Atletico Madrid, and that is going to be one last marquee addition to the squad before the season gets underway. And you can see there, we've pretty much drained, we've exhausted the whole transfer budget for 80.198702. I don't even know what that number is, but he's going to join us here, and he's definitely going to be a starter. 25 years of age, 87 overall. You love to see it. Welcome to the Spanish Revolution, Saul. I think it's fair to say it has been a monstrous transfer window there. You can see £300 million spent with a profit of $145 million. That is absolutely insane. Players coming in, players coming out. It had to be done. And Unai Emery again pulls through with a convincing transfer window. And this is how Unai Emery's Spanish Arsenal will be lining up for this season. Season 2, we got big expectations. We need to start ticking off objectives, and this is the perfect time to do so. We need to strike when the iron's hot, and hopefully the Spanish flair can get us over the line. The Premier League is all wrapped up in our second stint in charge, and look look at that. We finished in runners-up, 12 points behind Manchester City. What a margin of victory there. Pep Guardiola's men running away with it there. Spurs, Liverpool, and Chelsea finish off the top 5. Manchester United in 6th, and it's Norwich, Cardiff, and Stoke City going down to the Championship. And my oh my, we found ourselves in an FA Cup final up against Manchester City. It is the champions of England, and we're taking them on as runners-up. So we're definitely going to be simulating that, and that could be some valuable domestic cup silverware. And we didn't have the same fortunes in the Carabao Cup though. We lost that one on penalties 4-3 to our bitter North London rivals Spurs. That's going to be a difficult one to take in. In terms of the UEFA Super Cup, we got battered 4-1 against Atletico Madrid. Alright, fair play. In the Champions League, we got out of Group G in 2nd place with 13 points. A respectable, a very decent Champions League group stage, and then it was early round of 16 elimination to Borussia Dortmund 5-1. We've definitely got some room to improve when it comes to the Champions League, so hopefully we can do that in Season 3. These are Emery's Spanish soldiers taking the field, and they are the starting 11 going out to take the Wembley pitch. This could be a huge opportunity to get some domestic cup silverware, and against all odds, the young guns, the Spanish young guns, have gone and taken the 2-1 lead, the 2-1 W. It is Ciro Immobile in the first minute, but it's Thiago and Dani Ceballos, the man we renewed on loan. He has come on in the 102nd minute, coming clutch, and defeated Pep Guardiola's men there. That one made my heart jump. I'm proud of the lads there. And Unai Emery gets his hands on the FA Cup. Get in, lads. And his first piece of silverware awaits him. Oh, it's a lovely sight to behold. And Arsenal win yet another FA Cup. Premier League runners-up, 2 cup finals, and a trophy at the end of it. I think that's a pretty decent season. Obviously, we've got so much to improve on in Season 3. However, Inaki Williams is our top goal scorer. These are our best performers, and it's 32 goals and 3 assists in 60 appearances. Mikel Oyarzabal with 27 goals and 9 assists. Marco Asensio, even though he took a big boy injury throughout the season, he bagged 22 goals and 15 assists. Sayul, the big marquee signing of Season 2, backed 18 goals and 12 assists. A combined 30 goal combinations. Junior Firpo with 7 goals from the left back. Thiago with 26 assists. He's just a playmaker in the middle of the park. Rodri, you'd expect those kind of numbers from him, but he got 4 goals and 10 assists. Fabian with 4 goals and 3 assists. And then Bartra Ramos also got some decent amount of action with 23 clean sheets for Sergio. Dani Ceballos didn't do much all season, but he scored that one important goal in the final, and that's all that matters. So he's an Arsenal legend. However, Season 3 awaits us. There's still more to do. There's still more to achieve. Trophies and silverware are on the line. So let's get the 3rd season up and running. The Premier League and the Champions League are in our sights. We move. Season 3 commences alongside our summer transfer business, and it begins with a poaching of a fellow Spaniard from our heated North London rival Spurs. We've signed the 25-year-old left-back Alejandro Grimaldo, and our main focus and approach we've applied to this season is to really upgrade and focus on those wing-back positions, and therefore we've brought in Daniel Carvajal along from PSG. He's come over to England for £39.8 million. He's 29 years of age, but his overall speaks for itself. It's quality, and it'll be a definite upgrade from Hector Bellerin at right back, 86 overall, and we need some instant quality and some experience, of course. Another defensive improvement as well. Defense wins your titles, defense wins your leagues. Welcome to North London, the new gunner on the block, Dani Carvajal. And when you get the opportunity to pick up a 90+ overall goalkeeper, that's experience from your rival club, you take that opportunity by the scruff of the neck, and therefore we picked up David De Gea, 30 years of age now, £64 million was spent. It's going to be our definite number 1. He's one of the world's best, and we've weakened United in the Premier League. That is a strategical move as well as a move that needed to be done. We needed a quality goalkeeper, 90+, and I think David De Gea is the right man for the job. He knows the Premier League like the back of his hand, so let's welcome him on into the Spanish Arsenal rebuild team. And you might have forgotten, but we still had a few non-Spanish players hanging around at the club that we needed to sell before the end of the rebuild, and that means the highly touted French centre-back Saliba, William Saliba. He is off to Wolfsburg for £20.3 million. A young 20-year-old, obviously, is not Spanish. It is an exciting prospect, though. It's going to be another hard one to let go. However, it's our penultimate player departure here at Arsenal. And it's another one. Unai Emery has picked himself up another Spanish playmaker. This time, it is Pablo Fornals coming from West Ham, another Premier League player who knows the league. For £69.3 million, a 25-year-old is going to add add to our already stacked and pretty prestigious midfield right here. It can come off the bench, make an impact, and can still grow throughout this season and the rebuild. And this team is slowly starting to form together in terms of quality and depth. So welcome to the club, welcome to North London, Pablo Fornals. And here we go, the last non-Spanish player departure here will be Eddie Nketiah. He is going to the Bundesliga, off to Mainz, and they picked him up for £10.5 million. The 22-year-old is another highly touted English wonder kid here at the club. However, rules are rules, and he's left the club, and that means the whole club, all of Arsenal, is fully Spanish. And that is another objective ticked off. So thankfully, Unai Emery was productive and efficient in the summer transfer window, and this will be the starting 11 dealt with the task of tackling Season 3. Hopefully they can get us some objectives done and we can complete the rebuild with the fully fleshed Spanish starting 11, and the whole club is going to have to start getting these results, so we'll see how the lads perform halfway through the season. So the lads have made it halfway through the season, 21 games played, and the Spanish Gunners find themselves in third with 51 points. They're gone undefeated so far, the only team in the Prem undefeated, so we need to pick up that momentum and start charging towards the title. And in the Champions League, we were drawn into Group A. It seemed on paper to be an easy group, and it looks like it turned out to be. We finished on top with 18 points, a perfect record, 100%. Leipzig make it out of the group, Napoli to the Europa League, and Anderlecht are fully knocked out of the tournament. We go into round 16 against Milan, who've still got some very tough opposition here in the Champions League, so we're going to have an intense finish to Season 3. And it's business as usual, no January transfers to report on for us. We didn't really have the budget, and we've entrusted faith in the lads right here. We're trusting these lot to get the job done. We're in the position we want to be, so let's see at the end of the season how the lads have done. Imagine that, you finish with a Centurion season in the Premier League, you finish invincible. We've replicated with that famous side, the only side in Premier League history to do so, with 100 points, 0 L's throughout 38 games, and Manchester City still finish on top somehow with 105 points. You've got to be kidding me. We finished runners-up in second. That is worse than Liverpool with plus 95 points and still not winning the Prem in real life. But we'll take a look at the relegation zone, and it's Brentford, Brighton, and Crystal Palace condemned to the championship. I'm still proud of the Spaniards, though. That is a ripper season. Oh, however, in terms of the FA Community Shield, the tides have turned here. We get one over Manchester City afterwards, 2-2. We defeated them 5-4 on penalties, so it's a cute little trophy to add to the cabinet. And okay, then we found ourselves in an FA Cup final, and we defeated Liverpool 3-1. I wasn't too fussed about these competitions considering our Carabao Cup success last year, but yet again, it's a nice little trophy to add to the collection. However, Man City had their last laugh in the Carabao Cup. They won on penalties 4-3 against Liverpool. Liverpool then went on to defeat Manchester United 2-0 in the Europa League final. And then, boy oh boy, look what we have to look forward to. It's a miracle European run, and we find ourselves in the Champions League final up against Atletico Madrid, an experienced final side. And 3 seasons in, the Spaniards have gotten the job done. We'll take a look and see how they got there. They defeated Milan 4-1 in the round of 16. In the quarterfinals, they were up against Manchester City, the Premier League victors, and we just dominated them in the cup. And in the Premier League, we just fell apart against them, 3-0 on aggregate. And then against Barcelona in the semis, it was a 3-1 aggregate victory to find ourselves in the final up against Atletico. We're taking on Simeone's men, and this could be make or break for Unai Emery. And here we have them, our main performers this season, to cap off a perfect season. The only thing missing was that Premier League trophy. However, it was Inaki Williams, our Golden Boot winner, with 32 goals and 6 assists. He proved to be an immense signing here. And then Sayul, another marquee franchise player with 31 goals and 13 assists. Marco Asensio on the wings, proven to be vital again with 26 goals and 17 assists. Mikel Oyarzabal, I don't even know how to pronounce his name, but he has had a stunning end to the season with 22 goals and 20 assists. How has Sergio Ramos, the club captain from centre-back, secured 13 goals? That is just outstanding. Pablo Fornals, another late summer addition with 12 goals and 9 assists. Dani Ceballos, we renewed his loan, we got him back on a permanent deal, and he repaid us with 10 goals and 5 assists. Rodri with 6 goals and 5 assists as well. Hermoso with 2 goals from centre-back, was sort of expecting a bit more from Fabian with 2 goals and 1 assist. And it's the former Spurs boy Grimaldo with 1 goal and 2 assists. We'll scroll down and see how David De Gea did 33 clean sheets. He's been a brick wall this season, and that's exactly what we brought him in to do. Dani Carvajal, another season 3 purchase, getting 6 assists, and he proved vital at that right back position. And this is the final look at the Spanish Gunners before we get straight into this Champions League final up against Atletico. It's an absolute beast team we've built here. We've got depth, we've got quality, and the midfield and attack are just level levels above the rest. They are world class right here, and Unai Emery's built something special. He can write himself into Arsenal folklore history tonight if we go ahead and win Arsenal's first ever Champions League. 24 players, they're all quality, they're all brilliant. I can't wait to use them out here tonight. Can they deliver, and can we complete the Arsenal Spain rebuild challenge? That is the question on everyone's lips. Let's get straight into the final. So it's the Spanish rebuild taking on La Liga giants, Madrid juggernauts, and what a matchup we have here tonight. We've got to prove them. We've poached a lot of their players, Atletico Madrid. It's going to be an interesting clash tonight. Let's get it underway. Patient play right now. We're keeping hold of possession. We're retaining the ball, and that is what you want to see, control. And Fabian might take one from outside, you know, but it's Oblak with a comfortable save. Fabian starts from deep in midfield, but he's given away possession there easily. And now João Felix, the Portuguese star for Atletico, now with his brand new game face. And it's Lamar bolting down this wing. And Carvajal, it's intercepted straight back at the back post. And that could have been dangerous. Koke retrieves it. He was another man on our wish list. And Gabriel Jesus heads just wide for Atletico. Here with Sayul, a former Atletico player. Rodri, another former Atletico player. And Grimaldo is going to have a little adventure down this left-hand side, the left back. Is anyone making a run into the middle? I can see Sayul. Sayul's going to have a crack. And Oblak with a comfortable save. Carvajal will start from deep again. And the pivot, Fabian. Over to Williams, our top goal scorer. Dani Ceballos could find him. And Dani Ceballos has put the ball into a lovely bit of space here. And Inaki Williams, our golden boot winner, bags his 33rd goal of the season. And it's probably in the most important time, the Champions League final. And that is the opener. 22 minutes of play. And we've split open the Atletico defense ever so perfectly. It was Dani Ceballos with that crucial ball. And the playmaker finds himself another assist. He just tapped it on, and Inaki Williams ran onto it. The number 23, the ball took a little bobble, and he took that one by the scruff of the neck. 1-0 Arsenal. Crisis averted here as Rodri will spread the play out to Sayul. Can Grimaldo make a nice little attack and run? He will, and it's over the top, placed perfectly, and Grimaldo could put a vicious ball into the back post, and Inaki Williams again. It's two in the space of a matter of time, in the space of no time, and Inaki Williams again, over the corner flag he goes, and that's a double. He's banged in another one, and it was a brilliant piece of pass and play there, tiki-taka-esque, and the Spaniards combine for a beautiful, a sumptuous goal. And it was that ball from Grimaldo that made the difference. Oblak is wrong-footed, and we take the 2-goal advantage right here. 2-0 to the Gunners, and what a way to do so. Corner. Somehow we've managed to earn a corner out of that. And Dani Ceballos with the ball in. Oblak punches away. And Fabian wants to get this on his favoured left foot. The number 21 could curl it. He curls it, and it's just wide of the post. Over to Thomas Lemar. Thomas Lemar versus David De Gea. That was a risky one, and he's taken out the French winger in the process. João Felix to take. What a delivery from João Felix. The camera couldn't even keep up with the ball. And the ref blows his whistle. That is going to be the end of the first half. It's pretty much gone all to plan so far. So Unai Emery is 45 minutes away from lifting the cup. All right, this does not slip, boys. Second half starts now. Let's get this job done. Inaki Williams, he has been on form and on fire tonight. And Inaki Williams, he's running through, and that is a lovely ball. And just like that, Marco Asensio grabs us the third. And straight off kickoff, it's the ex-Real Madrid player to score against Atletico in the final. That one's got a sting, and it gets us our third. We're now in a comfortable position, and it's Inaki Williams, his turn provider. He scored all the goals this season, and he's decided to give back to his teammates there. A low, hard-driven strike, and Oblak has been all over the place tonight. Rodri, lovely bit of skill, lovely bit of footwork. And this could be a masterclass tonight. Rodri might have a go. He'll curl it, and it's off the post and out. And luckily for Atletico, they don't concede the fourth. Here we have Asensio again. He's running riot. Can he get another decent delivery? And it's Inaki Williams with the little poke. And it could have caught Oblak at the near post. It's a good save from the Slovenian. Big tackle from Bartra. And our defense has just been all over them. Atletico do not know what have hit them here. Bartra through to Inaki Williams for the hat-trick. And there we go. It is 4-0 now. I was going to say 3. I've lost count. It's 3 for Inaki Williams. And he has had the dream Champions League final. The Spaniards now surely have got their hands on the Champions League. And that has just one to rub salt in the wound, to add insult to injury. And it's another left foot lethal strike. Oblak should really be doing better there, but we don't care. Williams with another classic belter. And the Gunners are on their way to glory. Now Atletico, Hector Herrera, they're trying to get a consolation goal back to get a bit of respect because they have not had the night tonight. It's going to be another classic loss, but it's Hector Herrera, the Mexican midfielder, off the bench, and it's going to get a Champions League final goal. It's not going to mean all too much in the end, in the 82nd minute. However, we haven't kept the clean sheet, and David De Gea lets one in. That's pretty much the closest they've come. Our defense had just let off there, and he smashed that one. Fair play to him. Now Lodi, Atletico Madrid have really picked it up here, and they're going to find the through ball into Rodrigo. De Gea has been caught into action once, and he's made a really crucial save there into his bottom left-hand corner. It will be Parejo to whip it in. De Gea will punch away. It's back to Koke, back to Rodrigo, and his second chance, and he's put it wide. And surely De Gea will clear this one. 3 minutes of added time, and the referee will blow his whistle. The Gunners are victorious, and Unai Emery wins them their first ever Champions League trophy. And the European crown is coming over to Arsenal. We've done it with all Spanish players, the all Spanish starting 11. We've transformed Arsenal into a Spanish giant, and they've performed here on the European stage. They've had a blinder of a match. Atletico didn't turn up, and they've basically won every trophy possible. The Premier League's evaded them, but they've become invincible, just like the Arsenal invincible team of all those years ago. But I've been BCHD. Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more FIFA 20 career mode content coming to the channel. Follow me on Twitter. The link is in the description. Also, comment down below any other rebuild challenges we should take on. Hopefully, you did enjoy. I will see you on the very next video.